Welcome back, guys, to another video on my channel here. Not a match day vlog, as you probably know. We're currently in lockdown, so I don't think I've been outside for about a week now. I think last Tuesday was the last time I actually properly went outside. So yeah, I just thought, seeing as Banbury's season, I think it was Thursday or Friday, got declared ended and void. So basically, every record from this season is just gone. I thought I would do a sort of roundup video for the season, with a couple of ideas to keep you guys entertained as well at the end. So keep watching for them. So we'll start with obviously pre-season went alright. I think we got, I want to say, 2 wins, a draw, 2 draws and a loss. I want to say, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't prepared this video. I know we beat Easington Sport 3-0. We drew with Brackley 0-0, and we beat Cirencester 1-0, because those were the 3 games I went to in pre-season. I think we drew with Oxford United's development team, and I think we lost to Swindon, and I think we won against Wantage as well 4-0, which I didn't go to because I'm on holiday. But yeah, it was a fairly alright pre-season. We started the season away at Redditch, where we drew 0-0, which, looking back on that now, is a poor result. Bearing in mind they're bottom in the league, but at that time, by the end of August, they were still in the playoffs. So then it was a good result. But we'll come back to that later. That's what I'm going to do a bit later on. I just wanted to discuss the fact that all leagues below the National League North and South, so for any of you and my friends who don't know the non-league period as well, that is any football team below Oxford City and Brackley Town's level. That level, I don't know who else is in there, so like Slough. Are there any big teams in there? Chesterfield. That level or below is now, so anywhere below that level, sorry, not that level as well, anywhere below that, so Banbury's level and below, are declared season over and void, which is a bit of a shame, which means, assuming this pandemic that is going on at the minute is over, we'll start pre-season, I'd assume, in July like normal, which is a little bit of a shame. It would have been quite nice, especially because we still had a couple of big games that I was really looking forward to going to coming up, which I'll talk to you more about later. But like, it's not so bad for Banbury, like, being declared void, especially with Banbury's league. Like, there was still, the only annoying thing was there were still like 4 or 5 teams who could have won the league. Tamworth, Bromsgrove Sporting, Peterborough Sports, I think Royston as well. All 4 of them could have won the league, and now none of them are going up. Us at Banbury, we'd won our last 3 league matches going in before the season was stopped and now ended. We were on a run at the right time to finish in the playoff thing. We were like 2 points outside the playoffs, and yes, we played more games, but with players working, and that points on the board is better than games in hand. So we'd hit form at the right time of the season to finish in the playoffs. Obviously we won't now, and even if it was points per game, which was the other suggested thing, we'd go down a position. So but I think points per game would have been fairer. I mean, there's teams, I think, Jersey Bulls are a couple of leagues below Banbury. I think 3 leagues below Banbury, the 10th tier. They'd already won their league in March. Because their season's been declared void, they have to do it all over again. They hadn't lost a game, they hadn't dropped a point all year. They'd got to March, played 27 league matches, won 27. Like, how can you stop that team going up? And then the league below Banbury, there's a team, Wantage Town, who I went to but didn't vlog because before I was vlogging. I went to watch Corby Town there. They have 4 points all season. 4 points. And they're going to stay up because of the season void. How can a team with 4 points stay up? I mean, when I went there to watch Corby, who are 3rd in the league, I will point out, like, this is a good team at that level. Corby won 8-0. They were 4-0 up in 25 minutes. maybe half an hour. They were 4-0 up by half time. And then I think they were 2 up in 10 minutes or 12 minutes or something like that. And then I saw, because I checked Corby's results, Corby played Wantage just before the pandemic really set in. Corby won 8-1. So if we aggregate score that over the 2 games, Corby have won 16-1. And I think teams have put even more goals past them than Corby. How do you explain that team now staying up? And Wanted, I think, wanted to go down because they don't have the players or the finances to stay at this level. It was their first season at this level. This is tier 8 of the non-league pyramid. And, they didn't have the finances to stay up. All the players who won the promotion from the Hellenic Premier, so the 9th tier, left because they wanted to still be successful at the 9th tier. They didn't want to come up to the 8th and be at their depth. So they'd rather be almost like big fish in a small pond rather than a small fish in a big pond, so to speak, as the analogy is. So I wanted to completely rebuild. I mean, yeah, like I said, they got 4 points and they're staying up. Redditch in our league, I think they were 10 points adrift, staying up. So especially a team like Redditch, you want to be further up the league, I think. They've always have been, since they've been supporting Banbury. They've just been used to be given a free pass here. And yet there are teams last season, and next season, won't be as lucky. And I said, I think there was Vauxhall Motors as well. I think they were another one who'd already won their league. They're not going to go up. How do you explain that? Teams missing out on more finances and more money because of the FA. I mean, some of you might have heard of this tier 9 football team, #United. They said they're 1 point behind or level on points with Saffron Walden Town, but they had 3 games in hand on them. Now neither of them teams are going up. I don't get why the FA couldn't have done points per game. So they work it out by do that, you would do the number of points, divide it by the number of games played. Because I think me and my dad had a look at it, see how it would affect Banbury United. And we go down 1 position, yeah, but granted, I think everyone's season expectations for Banbury, anyone else is a bit deluded who says any difference. If we can be a competitive team knocking on the door of the playoffs every year in this league, that's good for us. Yes, 5 years' time, it would be quite nice if we could find some more money from somewhere to go up to the National League North and have some nice trips to sort of places like, I don't know, Chesterfield, Hartlepool, some big ex-Football League teams. But at the minute, we can't afford that. Especially because clubs, I think Brackley are one of these, are trying to go professional at that level. So they're going professional. To be professional footballers, we couldn't afford that. How we wouldn't compete. We'd go up, and then what happened is, I think there was this case a few years ago, Yeovil Town. I think they won, promotion. I don't know if they got back-to-back promotions, but they certainly won promotion to the Championship from League One. But they were so far out of the depth. They spent 1 season there. 4 seasons later, they're in the National League. If we go up, get battered every week, yes, it would be an experience from a fan's point of view, but that's very hard to then pick yourselves up ready for next season. Likewise, Leeds in the playoffs. Look at Stratford. They had one good player, I think it was something Skendy or something, who plays for Yeovil now, left to go to Yeovil. They were in the playoffs last year. They were knocking on the door of Southern League Division 1 next season. So that's a little bit annoying. But I don't know what else you can say about that. yes, I think points per game was the fairer option, but the FA have made their decision, and I mean, I think we all know the FA are stupid. I don't think I can name one person with an IQ higher of about 10 on the FA. Like, they're just awful. They don't have any common sense. Like, yes, we had to finish the season because clubs were losing money. And I think a lot of clubs were certainly looking on, like they were setting up GoFundMe pages. Like Didcot Town, a local club to me, obviously living in Bicester. It's only like 45 minutes away. But, and they're in like the Oxford Mail newspaper. They'd set up a GoFundMe page. Banbury United had put stuff like, we're not got masses of money, so we were looking a little bit iffy. Because not only do we have no football, which is a lot of our revenue, we can't use like our bar facility. So our bar facility that takes money on match days and then is hired out in the week and Saturday nights for parties and do's. We can't do either of that because we're not allowed to play football matches on a Saturday afternoon and a Tuesday, and we can't hire it out because of mass gatherings being banned. Like, especially if we either still played the weekend the National League still played. I mean, clubs like Oxford City and things, they went to Hampton and Richmond Borough. Hampton and Richmond Borough had like 900,000 people there. They doubled their average attendance because Premier League fans were going. Doubled it. Imagine what that would have done to teams like Banbury and, I don't know, any other team at this level or below, getting double their average attendance. That would have set them up for a couple of weeks, couple of months even. Like, yeah. So I thought now, I'd just sort of summarise the season. I'd and like say what my favourite games were. So obviously it's hard to look past my favourite game being Stratford at home, local derby. Atmosphere was absolutely rocking at the Banbury Plant Hire. I didn't vlog, but there are some clips of it on my Instagram. You can go follow me on there. Sam SOUFC 15. And I've also got another Instagram, Sam Soadsby UFC, which is related to Banbury United stuff. So go and follow me on both of them if you haven't already. My Sam SOUFC 15 one is private, but I will accept most people, especially if you just DM me saying you're from my YouTube on Instagram. I'll accept you. That's fine. So yeah, so it's hard to look past Stratford at home. Another one which my gramps didn't go to, my mum took me because it was my auntie's graduation from university, despite the fact she's like 50 odd or something. I don't know. She's probably not that old. I don't know how old she is. She acts like she's about 83, but you know. It was her graduation, and although they didn't actually go to the graduation, my auntie Paula's graduation made them go for a meal. Like, they could have had a meal any other day. My grandpa said he wanted to come to Bromsgrove with me. Like, he didn't want to go to the meal, but he had no choice because it's his daughter. But he openly said to me a couple of times, like, if the option was there that he could come to Bromsgrove with me, that's where he'd rather go. So ever he couldn't, my mum took me. Turns out it was one of our best performances of the year, as we went to, now, I think they're like third in the league, but they have had a spell top of the league, like we have, Bromsgrove Sporting, and beat them 2-0. We went to their ground and beat them. I think it was a mad 4 minutes where we scored 2 goals. Absolute limbs. And then another one of my favourite away games was for the atmosphere. Stourbridge away. We drew 1-1. I didn't vlog either. It all kicked off with our fans and their fans. It was all over, so we scored, went mental, because we do, especially on big away days where we don't expect it. But 2 minutes later, straight from kick-off, we scored again, but it was offside, so that caused a bit of aggro. And in the end, the stewards had to segregate us. Luckily at Stourbridge, at the end, we were all stood on because their fans didn't swap ends, which is like what you do in non-league, as you see from my videos. One first half I'm generally stood on the Puritans radio end, and the second half I'm generally stood on the town end. So they didn't swap ends like you'd normally expect. So they were all kicking off. But luckily at that end they were all stood. They had the stewards. There was a fence there with a gate, so the stewards like encouraged all the Banbury fans to go to the smaller side of the gate, and then they locked the gate. We had the police helicopter overhead and everything like circulating. That was non-league day, and there was 1,100 fans there, which is like 300, 400 more than Stourbridge average. Partly because it was FA Cup fourth qualifying round was the weekend after, and Stourbridge were in it, and they were selling coach tickets and tickets to their game away at Whitby Town. And partly because it was obviously not League Day, so Premier League fans were going. I think there was a lot of Wolves and West Brom fans there, because we were talking to some stewards at like half time, but at full time, because we got on the coach, we had nothing to do. They were like, they weren't prepared. They had to say like on the PA announcer at 35 minutes into the first half that the bar was closed because it was already too busy. They had one bar for 1,100 fans. Like, they just were not prepared. They had another bar, but it was closed. It's like, it's non-league day, arguably one of the bigger days in the non-league calendar, and you haven't got facilities to cope with a load of fans. And they're like, yeah, they didn't have the stewards to really... I think they had like 5, 6 stewards, which they didn't have many on our end in the second half, because they had to keep it segregated. And like they were trying to throw, I think one Stourbridge fan went to throw a bin over the fence and ended up emptying the contents of the bin on himself. So, well done, pal. You were great. But it made a great day. It was a good atmosphere. And then another good game was after Stratford, Nuneaton Borough away. Didn't vlog. That was 2 weeks before I started vlogging, so weren't far off. And there was a fight at the end. Both times we scored, we celebrated with the players. I'll see if I can get... There's a picture on Twitter, which I'll see if I can overlay like now, but if I can't, I won't. But there is a picture of like I'm in it and like walking back to the top of the stand where we were standing, and like where people were like hugging each other from where we'd just scored. If I can overlay it, like I said, I will try, but I'm not sure how. If like my editor let me do it, my editing software. But yeah, that was a good day. That was a shame we didn't get 3 points leading 1-0 and 2-1. But Ravi Shams' first goal, Jesus Christ, lobbed Tony Breeden, who we don't like, with a passion. He was the goalkeeper at Bromsgrove when we played them as well. And like this one went, he has feelings, you know. Like we all just took the piss out of her. That was quite good. That's why it was good. It was good atmosphere. Then what other big games were there? It was Hitchin away. That was quite good. We should have won that though. Dead down the bottom. What other ones? There was Grange Trinity at home in the FA Cup. That was fairly good. But other than that, unless I'm forgetting any, I can't think of any like really big home games. And the same as last season. But then like 2 of our bigger games were still to come. Stratford away was always going to have limbs in if we scored, because it did last year when I went. I had people jumping on me, I was jumping on people. Another good one was Rush Hall away, to be fair, other than an incident which I might say at a later date that I was involved in. My friends sort of might know what it is. I think I've told them, but you can guess in the comments if you don't know. And if anyone gets it right, I'll be heavily surprised. But when we scored, Craig Fassad-Marane scored. That was quite good. There's some decent limbs. But the fog was awful. And then they went and scored an 88th-minute equaliser, which was heartbreaking. I think we went 3 games in a row where we conceded an equaliser or a winner in the 87th minute. Like, it was my least favourite number for, like, a good couple of months. And I've never hated a number, but the number 87, when we kept conceding right at the end, that was a bit, oh god. Oxford United at home in the Oxford Senior Cup was quite good, just because of the way we won it on penalties. But we haven't had any real good cup runs. Still dreaming of the day we get to the FA Cup first round. That'll be a good day. I mean, not Banbury, but I did really enjoy all 3 of my Oxford away games this year. Sunderland, Ipswich and Shrewsbury. They were good. Oxford at home to West Ham as well was quite good, as you can probably work out. I follow West Ham as well, so I got a picture of my calendar. So should I get it down and show you or not? Nah, this video's long enough. It's basically me at the Oxford West Ham game with Aaron Creswell and my brother in it as well. My Twitter bio is me with Mark Nabin as well, so that was a good day. But yeah. Now I did have a way you could I might be able to do something to help you. Now, if you have FIFA 20 on Xbox, because I can't be bothered to do a PS4 one because I don't play on it, comment below, and I might do a FIFA tournament. I did do one before, but we cancelled it because it was boring. So yeah, I could do a FIFA tournament if you guys want. Anyway, I'm sorry for the lack of content. I mean, I know this video is now 22 minutes of me sitting on my chair with my phone resting against a Kit Kat bus thing, which had loads of Kit Kats that I got for Christmas a year ago, looking out my window at the people that shouldn't be outside because we're in lockdown. But once we get out of this lockdown, I'll go and play football or something. I might give you some IRL football videos. So yeah, I'm sorry this video isn't quite what you'd want. Obviously, I don't want to be making these videos either. I mean, I was looking forward to bringing you, especially Tamworth away. That was going to be a good day, because we were going on the train for that one, so could have been on the B and all that. I'm joking, I'm not 18, as I probably look. But like, we were going to get the bus to Milton Keynes and then get the train, so that would have been a good day. Like, I don't know, gone to the pub or something before a game or something, I don't know. Especially with it being last day of the season, and as the season goes on, it's looking more and more like they were going to win the league. So it'd have been quite nice to have got them lift the trophy in a video. And put like Bam United versus Tamworth League Champions, question mark. That'd have been a title. Even if it was them. And obviously our player, who's actually our ex-player who's now back on loan, get a medal, would have been quite nice as well. Greg Casaboni. Would have been quite nice to see, to congratulate him. And sort of say see you next season to our players as well, which we'll still do. Well, no, actually won't do, because we haven't got a game now, have we? So we haven't actually really had a last home game. So not only have we missed out on some big away trips, we don't get final home game where the players all come round, and we were meant to have a charity match as well. We have a charity match every year, so I suppose that won't happen this year between Banbury United coaches and Banbury United fans, which I might have stayed on for. I stayed on for a bit of it last year, but then my mum said they were getting Domino's if I went home, so I think we had fish and chips, even not Domino's. We had Domino's just Saturday, sort of thing. So but we stayed on. If it was nice weather, we'd have probably stayed on longer. This year, if it was nice weather, I could have done 2 games in one and done a vlog for the charity match as well. But obviously, that isn't going to happen. So anyway, I think that's enough rambling from me. One thing, if you want me to do a FIFA tournament, comment below. Follow me on Instagram at SamSamesBUFC and at SamSAUFC15. I think my Twitter's the same as well as my SamSAUFC15. But anyway, thank you for watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.